Guys, welcome to the channel. I'm in my enclosed trailer. This is my 16-foot by 7-foot wide enclosed cargo trailer. I've had this on the channel before. I'll leave a link to all the videos I've had of this, the whole build out of this trailer. I painted the walls, epoxied the floor, E-track everywhere, all these cabinets up front, and then I've got lights throughout the whole thing, and they're all running off of a battery. And I set this up a couple years ago. Actually, about 2 years ago, I did the whole lighting upgrade on this trailer. And I'll leave a link to that as well. But the battery system I used was just a lead acid deep cycle battery, something that you can get at your local, auto parts store or something, just a deep cycle lead acid battery. And that's done a good job running all of my lights. I even have a solar panel on the roof running down to the battery. The battery's down here on the floor, and I'll show you that in just a minute. The battery's done a good job at powering all this, and so I have an onboard charger, and I have a solar panel that's kind of continually charging and keeping that battery charged up, so that way I can use the lights. I've got some sockets. I've got some underglow on this trailer. I can run some accessories, an inverter. So this trailer really is nice because I can use all these features independent of having a truck hooked up to this. This runs off its own battery system, which is definitely the way to go, which I'd highly recommend doing. And if you have questions on how to wire all this, see the video down below. Today we're looking at this battery. This is from a company called GOkwh or GOkwh. Sent me this battery that I'm going to install here. I think this is a much more robust, better battery system than a lead acid battery. This is a 12.8 volt. It's a lithium iron phosphate, the LiFePO4. And this type of battery can do 100% discharge. So even it's got 100 amp hours. That means I can use 100 amp hours of this battery before it needs to be charged again. So I can run it all the way down to zero, charge it back up. It's not going to hurt it. It can do between 5,000 to 15,000 cycles depending on the depth of discharge. That's over a 10-year lifespan of this battery on this trailer. So I can put this in here, not have to worry about it, not have to worry about checking like the water levels, discharging it too low. Like the battery that I have in here right now, if it gets below 50%, it damages the battery. The battery is damaged when it gets charged back up, and that's what really degrades the life. So I'm lucky to get 3-4 years out of this battery. Now this battery from GOkwh, like I said, it's a 100 amp hour battery. So it's a lithium iron phosphate, which is a really safe kind. We don't have to worry about it overcharging. We don't have to worry about any kind of fire potential. These are really safe lithium batteries. But it has an internal battery management system, the BMS. So it provides a comprehensive protection to the battery and delivers sophisticated management of charging and discharging. It has a display here that you can check if you want to check your voltage, capacity. So you have a little display right there. And then it just has these lugs that screw right on that we'll be able to screw our terminals right into that. Got a nice handle here. And the nice thing with these lithium batteries is we don't have to worry, they're completely sealed. We don't have to worry about any liquid fluid acid spilling out of this. We don't have to worry about topping off the water. And they're light. This is probably about a third of the weight of that Duracell battery. In every category, this is a superior battery. Now installation is going to be pretty easy. All I have to do is just swap the battery out. I'm going to take the old one out, put this other one in that same box, and it'll strap down. This has a nice strap right here. If you wanted to run a strap over this, somehow secure it wherever you're taking it, you can do that. It'll fit in standard size battery boxes as well. Under here in my cabinet, this is my Noco Genius 10 amp charger. This is an awesome little charger. This is plugged in to the wall. Over on this side, this is where the charger comes on this side, and then there's I can plug in onto the outside of it. So that comes in. And this is plugged in here. The cool thing with this is I have different charging modes here. It can do 12 volt AMG lithium and a repair status, and that's going to keep the battery topped up. I also have charge controller here. This is from my solar panel, and that's going to keep the battery topped up. In the summertime I use the solar panel, and in the wintertime usually the solar panel is covered in snow. There's not a lot of sun out, so I just keep it plugged in over the wintertime. It's going to keep the battery topped up. The battery that I'm using, it says Duracell 12 volt lead acid battery. I have 3 connections on each side. One is for the power wire, one is for the charge controller, and the other is for the battery charger. So I just 3 wires to the positive, 3 to the negative, and then I have it in the storage box. This lithium battery I have will be able to fit right into this box. And from the power side, I do have a on-off switch here, and then I have a fuse block here, so the power goes in there. I've got my lights run off the power side, and then I've got the negative side. I'll leave a link if you want more information on the wiring, if you want to do a setup like this. But right now what I want to do is I want to disconnect the battery, pull this out, and then we'll get this new one installed. I got this swapped in. I had to, it was very simple. I just took off these 3 connections, put them on the red these 3 off the other one, put them on. This fits in the same box. This is a group 20 size, this is a group 27 box, so this fits in the same box. I have the box actually secured to the floor, and so that way this is not going to move around. It's really secure, and the nice thing with these lugs is they already have a Phillips head, so you could, if you're in a tight spot, you can just use a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten those down. So those are tightened down. It's all secure. And I want to make sure that I set this to my charger to lithium, so that way it's going to be charging on lithium. It's going to charge at a higher voltage. And my solar charge controller will also keep the battery topped off as well. This battery from GOkwh, or GOkwh, is a great option, guys. If you're looking to do something like this, if you're replacing a deep cycle battery, let's say you need one in an RV, a boat, or something like this in this trailer, this application is great for this. It's going to give great power. Now I have 100 amp hours fully usable I can use. This thing could probably go several days without being charged. I can run all these lights, I can run all my accessories, all my 12-volt sockets and accessories from this very easily. Also, if you want more information on this trailer and the kind of the build I did on this and the lights and the wiring, I'll leave a link to those as well. Guys, feel free to leave your comments down below. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.